Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. You ready?
I am.
Tick, 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 boom. Oh, yeah? Don't forget, you could win a 10 grand in the Mega Cash giveaway before the end of the show. But right now, all this week, we're celebrating our 30th birthday.
And today we are taking a look back at where it all began. Here is our story.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Steve Liebman, and thank you for joining us on this, the first edition of the National Today Show.
I'm Sue Kellaway, and I'm delighted to be here.
Day one in Studio One at Channel 9. The Today Show was born in 1982, and it's informed and entertained Australians ever since.
Good morning, everyone. Space Shuttle Columbia.
The first news with Eric Walters reported the launch of Space Shuttle Columbia.
6 hours ago. It's Columbia's fourth and final test flight.
And the price of petrol was about to go up 33.1 cents a litre. Outrageous. Treasurer John Howard talked up tax cuts on the first show.
And I've been punching away at it now since just after I became Treasurer.
While Robert Penfold took us on the road to the original pub with no beer.
The most famous pub in all of Australia.
And entertainment reporter Joan McInnes was game enough to try the 80s fad of aerobic dancing.
What, any boss who sacks anyone for not turning up today is a bum.
Today has shared the thoughts of 6 prime ministers, but in all this time, there's been just one queen.
They're making their way now down to Buckingham Palace.
In this Jubilee year, Her Majesty celebrating 60 years' reign. It's 30 years for today.
To your good health.
Sometimes the heat's been on.
Answer it. You're not dealing with Margaret Thatcher now. Answer it. I'll answer it and say yes, which I've said everywhere else.
Sometimes it's been cool.
And out at Caulfield with the horses, here's Elizabeth.
Racing, and let me tell you that I can give you the lowdown on the weather out here. It is windy and it would freeze the pimples off your pumpkins.
And it's been warm and sunny in places like Monte Carlo.
Is Sydney looking good?
Sydney is still looking very good.
Our partnerships have been through a few splashdowns. And while we're away, stand-in hosts like to play.
Oh my God, what's that?
Now,
I do, Kenny, I will.
I haven't.
Oh, it looks very nice out on the patio, don't you think, John?
Oh, beautiful. The roofs have never looked so red.
And this is clearly not Carl Stefanovic.
There are a lot of people sitting out there this morning in Australia wondering what has happened to Carl. What went wrong?
Isn't it good that whomever wakes you up does so with a smile?
To buy new clothes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Technology has changed the look of today. Brian Bury's weather patterns were hand-drawn.
You're right, Pro, let's go.
Monty Dwyer tried the artistic touch with Pro Heart.
And there you are. That's the weather for this Friday morning.
Now the sun's coming up.
Sammy Lucas took in the view in exotic locations.
It doesn't get much better than this.
Now the weather has high-tech support for Stevie Jacobs, and we've added plenty more bells and whistles in the control room and on the studio floor.
Not much happens in Lower Taylor's Arm these days.
Robert Penfold's crew shot his first story on film. Now we shoot high-definition digital widescreen. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for your feedback.
Chile. Morning.
But some things don't change, like those early starts.
It's early, isn't it?
1 minute fine, the next utter destruction. And we're still covering the big stories across the world.
When that wall of water came through here 3 days ago, it was well and truly above my head. That is why it has picked up these cars and thrown them downstream. That is why it has pulverised houses. And that is why no one is taking any chance.
We've met people who will never give in.
There is something that I want Australia to see that you've put on the post outside your house. And it's a great message, I reckon. You mean that?
Yeah. This is not going to beat us.
Your mum and dad are SES firefighters, so they possibly knew a little bit extra about how to cope with it.
Yeah, they did. It was just they were out and saving other people's houses that weren't home, and they did a fantastic job. They best parents.
And we bring you the best pictures.
Wow, this is absolutely awesome. It's a reminder of what nature can do.
does good work.
Absolutely. The only way to see it is by ear.
What about a wedding day, the excitement?
This is the day, Carl. No more sleeps to go.
We've celebrated a royal wedding.
Breaking news, confirmation, the dress has been done by Alexander McQueen.
And we've hosted 3 weddings live on national television for Brad and Fiona, Nathan and Joanna, and Paul and Lisa.
Paul, would you like to kiss your bride?
A new morning and a new life.
There's your baby. Look at this.
Tracy still hasn't got over the birth of little Tom Cooper live here on Today.
I'm only just okay, I have to That's really very exciting to see.
200 rooms, a tennis court, swimming pool.
Today broadcast live from a floating hotel on the Great Barrier Reef.
FA-18 Hornet, about to come down.
And from the flight decks on a couple of giant aircraft carriers. But there are mixed memories out at sea for me. On Sydney to Hobart race winner Investec Loyal. Don't remind me.
It was just all, you know, people throwing up. It was just horrible. And I don't think we even thought we were a chance. Like, we really didn't think we'd be
That's
a
like
chance.
your first baby, though.
Exactly.
You owe me 2. 2 more races.
All right, you're
than
2
you.
up. You're 2 up.
How can we be wrong? And we don't mind testing our karaoke skills, especially at telethons.
And we rely on each other. Now you start to tap your toes, tap them to the beat.
How about Sarah Murdoch leading Tony Abbott in a few moves here on Today?
Kick those heels and away we go.
He didn't dance with Julia Gillard, but look what happened in our studio.
Like you made a big pad.
Anyway.
Now live from Times Square in New York.
We reckon the dance floor is much better in Times Square.
One day it called to you.
30 years on, the Today Show, always there, and we're looking to the future with you, our viewers. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And a special thanks to Frank Canoe and Peter Dan for putting that together.
Yeah,
Terrific
did
memories.
a great job. Wow, 30 years. And the story of today, some updates now on the people that we just saw in that story. Brad and Fiona, who married on the boat in 2003, they now have 2-year-old Orlando and are living in Newcastle, New South Wales.
Nathan and Joe married in Hyde Park 2004. They now have 4-year-old Mia and 15-month-old Evie, and they live in Sydney.
And Paul and Lisa, they married in 2005 in Queensland. They're still living happily on the Sunshine Coast with 4-year-old Tulsa. She was born on Christmas Day in 2007. Nice Santa suits there.
That was a very big night on Hayman Island. And Tom Cooper, the little boy born under the watchful eye of Tracy Grimshaw, here with his parents Gordon and Leanne and older sister Ashley. Tom has grown into an active, funny and creative 8-year-old, almost 9 now.
Oh,
beautiful stuff.
Tracy would love seeing that.
Yeah.